All right, so on Insurance Digest this beautiful wet Tuesday morning, we are going to be revolutionizing insurance in Nigeria, the NIA Innovation Lab recipe. And joining me in the studios this morning is a great friend of the house, Mr. Lanre Ojuola, is Director Operations for the Nigerian Insurers Association. Mr. Ojuola, nice to have you in the studios. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Victor.
And how was your journey here?
Yeah, very well. Thank you.
It's
I was able to make it before the rain started.
Okay, before it started, you were already here.
Yeah.
Oh, great. All right, so let's begin by reflecting once again on the essence of this campaign, which has been on, at least the resumed campaign has been on for about 2 months now. What is the meat behind the bone of this advocacy on radio? Talk to me.
All right, thank you very much, Victor. What we are trying to do with the NIA Innovation Lab is for us to see how we can reframe insurance in the minds of an average Nigerian.
Okay.
For them to see insurance not as just as a bureaucratic obligation, but something like a tool for empowerment, protection, and of course for them to be able to have financial resilience against all kinds of risks that they may be faced with.
All right. So that's the whole idea of this campaign, right?
Yes. We actually launched it on the 18th of August.
All right. So this is NIA Innovation Lab, and I'm just wondering how you guys came up with that name, Innovation Lab.
Okay, sometime in the first quarter of this year, the NIA conducted a survey to try as much as possible to find out the issues, challenging in the insurance industry, and to see how we can come up with solutions to it. And we realized that there's no way for us other than for us to be innovative and to also engage, InsurTech, particularly the startups.
Okay.
To see how we can, collaborate and co-create solutions to address all these issues that is challenging our industry.
And what's the objectives behind all of this?
Well, the objectives, 4 critical objectives we seek to achieve. One is for us to attract top innovators to tackle the critical shared problems that we have in our industry. Secondly, is for us to also leverage some, learning from the survey that was conducted, like I told you, in the first quarter of this year. And then 3 is for us to facilitate, structured engagement between insurers and, of course, innovators. And then lastly, enable collective adoption and offer strategic investment opportunities for members of the NIA.
So are you guys saying that before now, you found out that insurance was not making good use of innovation and technology at that point, or how did that idea begin to crop up?
Well, not really. You agree with me that the biggest room on earth is the room for improvement. So we have to keep improving as an industry. And you will also agree with me that despite the fact that we've also taken the bull by the horn, in terms of what we are doing, particularly with your radio station, and I must also commend you and your team for what we have done, at least in the last 2 years of this partnership.
Great.
As much as I can tell you that somehow we have increased in terms of our revenue in the last 2-3 years, I can tell you the industry has grown, with a CAGR of about 50% from 2023 to 2025. The first time I came here, I was talking to you about the fact that what we could do as an industry then was, just a little bit above 700 billion.
That's right.
Today, as at the end of December 2024, we've actually crossed 1.56 trillion in terms of revenue. But then
that's astronomical rise.
Yeah, that's an astronomical rise. But by the time you put it, in shall I say absolute terms or real terms now, in terms of the contribution to our GDP, is still
low.
Still very, very low. We are not there yet, even though the opportunities are there.
So that's why this idea of innovation is coming to play.
Yeah.
So how do you think that innovation will, change the insurance landscape in Nigeria? How is it going to be doing that?
Well, it's going to foster a culture of transformation.
Okay.
Where insurance to improve the Nigerian insurance ecosystem. We're going to have some kind of ambitious dreams that will make it practical for us to be able to realize those objectives. You agree with me that the potentials that we have, they are numerous. In this country, we have a very youthful population of over 130 million people.
Right.
And then we look at an average number of Nigerians that have one form of policy of insurance. I think we are still counting below 5 million, and that is not good for us as an industry.
Which is very, very true. So when you say youthful population, and I need you to be very, very specific on this. Of course, the youths constitute the larger population that we have in Nigeria. But right. In terms of insurance and awareness of insurance, where do we locate the youths? Are they really up there?
Well, I must say they are not really up there, and that's the more reason why we are trying as much as possible to move from the traditional model that we are using to become much more innovative, meet them, because they are more technical savvy. They derive pleasure, playing around with technology and all of that. So we are trying to move those insurance solutions along those paths where everyone can buy insurance, lodge in your claims if claim arises, do your renewals, and anything you want to do just by the use of your smartphones.
Okay.
And this, I will believe, will appeal
to the youth more.
To the youth more.
All right. That sounds very, very friendly, really, if you put it in context. But Larry Ojola, what areas of insurance will this innovation lab focus on? And of course, why are you guys looking at those areas?
Well, this is the first cohort. We are still going to have some other series after this one. But this one is specifically on about 2 to 3 teams. One is on the EKYC, which is the electronic know your customer.
Okay.
And then the other one is on claims management. And of course, we could also have the third one, which is the wild card, where we could come up with any innovation that bothers around maybe customer acquisitions and regulatory compliance.
So these are the areas that we're going to be looking at.
Yes.
Okay, so I needed to break it down for my listener this morning. So this innovation lab, is it like a competition?
Yes, it is, but not necessarily in that sense, because you have to look at the benefit that is attached to it. So what I'm trying to say is that it's not a case of where the winner takes all.
Okay.
If you're able to come up, the program is just going to be for like 3 months. All right, we've opened for applications since the 18th of August.
All right.
The application will close on the 28th
of September.
We are looking at insurtech companies, our member companies to participating in this whole idea to come up with different solutions. And at the end of when the application closes, we are going to shortlist between 10 and 15 applicants that are successful, and then they will come and pitch to us about their solutions. Out of them, we'll pick about 5, that will do the final presentation on the demo day, and then, of course, a panel of jury will pick whoever is the winner. But the catch there is, for every one of them that has done those presentations and, will find it useful, okay, you may not win, but it's an opportunity for insurance companies that have taken interest to be able to partner with you and, of course, invest in the solutions that you have provided. So that's why I said it's not going to be a winner takes it all.
All right. But even at this, it's still open. How do people enter? Is it as individuals or you enter as a group?
Okay, you just need to enter as a company, as a legal entity that is registered in Nigeria. You must be a startup with solutions that will address those 2 critical things that I talked about, the EKYC and, of course, claims management. You must also, as a company, be open to equity and pilot partnership with our insurance companies, because we want that collaborations. And then they also must be willing to commit up to at least 6 hours weekly to be able to go flow with the entire program.
Right. Okay, so at the moment, go ahead.
So for all the applications, you just submit your applications. You go to our website, www.nigerianinsurance.org/innovation lab, to submit your application.
Right.
And so let me just say again, the application closes on the 28th of September. Yeah, there will not be any extension.
Okay. So it's been on since 18th of August.
Yes.
All right. And what you're looking for is people that can pitch in these areas, bringing solutions for insurance. And you mentioned the issue of
EKYC, electronic know your customer.
Electric know your customer. I need to talk to us about those areas again, so that those who are listening right now be able to know, okay, now that this competition is out, these are the areas I can go into to bring some solutions.
Okay, for the EKYC, one of the issues that has been a problem for us in our industry is the issue of identity theft, which of course we also felt there's need for us to be able to tackle these issues. And we want the situations whereby if you, as Victor, goes to XYZ insurance company to transact your business, when you also come to ABC insurance companies, we must also be able to say this is the same Victor that was at Leadway. Okay? Right. And it will also help us to prevent fraud because we know your identity. So the situations where just one loss can then be reported on with different insurance companies because intentionally they created, fraudulent customers. The way they will just want to do,
right?
Have different policies with different insurance companies covering the same risk, and then when there's a loss, they want to make claim.
That's true.
From every of those policies. So we want to be able to streamline all these things so that we're able to identify whoever we are dealing with and also be able to save policyholders fund, from fraud.
Okay, that's on the one hand. You're looking for solutions in this area from the innovative lab guys. What else? Which other aspect again? You mentioned all that too.
Yes, that's in terms of customer acquisition. Like I told you, the insurance penetration is still not where you're supposed to be. I mean, when you look at our market, it's still as if the market is still a virgin market, even though we've been at it for the past 100 years. Of course, we are growing, but then as we are growing, population is also increasing. So whatever result we've achieved over the years, the increase in our population is not making it to rub off. But then the opportunities are there. How do we reach this mass market? How do we get to the retail end of the market? We don't have those brick and mortar to be able to do this, but technology will afford us all this, and that is why we have to be innovative.
Right. Okay. And the third step?
The third step, which is on regulatory compliance. Okay. Everything that we have to do must also fall in line with regulations, policies that are being churned out by our regulator in terms of how the industry is supposed to run, how we're supposed to comply with the risk-based capital, which is going to be enforced now that NIA has also been promulgated, and of course every other regulatory policies that may come around it, how we are going to align ourselves with our operations.
Okay, so at the moment, are you already having those who are sending in their entries at the moment?
Yes, of course, we are, but I won't be able to give you the number now right because now. I don't have it as we speak.
Yes, so but for those who are listening, if they want to be part of this, all they need to do is just go on your website, right?
Yeah, www.nigeriainsurance.org/innovation lab.
All right, so once they do that, they'll be able to submit their entries, they know what to do. And you said the deadline is on the 28th of September.
That's right.
And after 28th of September, what's the next step?
We're good. For those applications that are successful, we are going to invite them for a pitch on the 7th of October. And then out of those 10 to 15 successful applications, we are going to take 5. Those 5 will actually, be the decision of a jury, because we are going to set up a panel that consists of industry stakeholders and non-industry players that are subject matter experts that will be able to make and inform decisions relating to what they all have to offer. So the final 5, we invite them to come and make the final pitch on the demo day, and out of these 5, a winner will be selected.
All right, and this you said is for the startups, right?
Yeah, for startups
and other stakeholders as well.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. This morning, we're trying to see how we can revolutionize insurance in Nigeria, the NIA Innovation Lab recipe. And my guest is Lanre Ojola, who is the Director of Operations, Nigerian Insurers Association. We're going to take a short break right now. When we return, it'll be time to expand the scope beyond the studios to have your input as well. If you're wondering how you can be part of this, feel free to do so on 091-5387-7127. Ask any question that relates to the NIA Innovation Lab. All right, there are lots of prospects here, especially for those of you who are tech savvy, like you heard from him. Feel free to bring in your questions. A brief break, we'll be back.
Oh, see what you have done now! You have damaged my car!
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I hope you have a good motor insurance.
Yes, I have a third-party motor insurance that will take care of all the repairs.
In fact, the benefits of third-party motor insurance have increased. First, the limit to claims for damages to third-party vehicles has been increased. Secondly, when you get your third-party motor insurance, you automatically get an ECOWAS Brown card, which means your vehicle now has insurance cover across all West African countries. And if ever it is liable on Nigerian roads for damages to a vehicle from any West African country. The premium to be paid for third-party motor insurance for private car owners, it increased from 5,000 naira to 15,000 naira to enable insurers adequately bear the cost of repairs whenever the need arises. Buy your motor insurance. Please log on to www.niip.ng or visit any licensed insurance company today. This is a public enlightenment message from the Nigeria Insurers Association, NIA.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Insurance Digest is a program, and I still have Lanre Ojuola, who is Director Operations for the Nigerian Insurers Association, NIA. And today we're looking at something novel. It's the NIA Innovation Lab. So if you're a young guy or perhaps someone who is really, really tech savvy, what Mr. Ojuola is telling us this morning is you can partake in this lab so that you can pitch some of those ideas that can bring solutions to the insurance sector. Masha Aguda on the Sulere end, Eric Moore connecting areas like Igomu Bridge, all those areas to Doyin. It's still looking good, and from there inwards, Bode Thomas Junction, not bad at all. So Sulere end, things are still very much in fair shape. The rains are still pouring right here in Lagos, even in Ikeja from our live cameras, even though it's subsided. Well, it's gradually picking up again. Okay then. But it's a crawling traffic, very crawling indeed. Those of you around motorways, those of you around Alakbere heading towards the construction point, it's a crawling one at this time. So take note of that if you are on the roads. We're still tracking that broken down articulated vehicle around Antonio K. Really, really affecting traffic flow on the corridor road, and that has stretched towards mile 12 corridor. So efforts on to resolve that as well. So please take note of that if you are within those zones. If you want to join the conversation this morning, feel free. And that's on 091 5387 7127. 091 5387 7127. Those are the numbers that you want to connect with us if you want to be part of the program this morning. All right, so Larry, let's get back to that. So innovation from NIA this time around is to bring the youth to be much more involved. That's what you're saying. And even though you've given us the objectives of this lab, you did say that all through the month of September up to 28, they still have some time to bring in the ideas, right?
Yeah. Yes, and let me also quickly just add that this is not just limited to people that are based in Nigeria.
Oh.
Even if you are based abroad,
you can also be part of this.
You can also be part of this. But what we expect is that you localize your solution to meet the Nigerian context. And of course, to whatever vehicle you are going to use as the basis for your application must be a legal entity that is registered in Nigeria.
All right. So you're saying with this innovation lab, let's look at it. What will be the effect? What would be the impact by the time all of this come to light? What is the expectation of NIA with this innovation lab?
Okay. Basically for insurance companies, because various critical stakeholders are involved, but for insurance companies, of course, it's going to accelerate digital transformation. Okay. In terms of their operations, there will be collaborative innovation, which of course will enable them to meet with insurtechs. There will be operational efficiency improvement because, of course, there will be improvement in the way they do their business, and of course, there will be strategic investment opportunities. Okay. For them to be able to also, upscale in their business.
All right, just a second. Let me see if we can take this call. All right. That's coming in. Hello there. Good morning. Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Looking like a bad connection. But please keep trying. 09153877127. Go ahead.
Okay, so for policyholders too, there will be improved access. Okay. Because with technology, we're able to reach the retail end of the market, And of course, that will increase financial inclusion, so which means a lot of people that have been financially excluded from having one form of insurance policies, they will have the opportunity to be able to do so. Your claims too, should there be claims, even though no insurance company will want to pray that customers experience claims, but then it's the thing that must happen. It will be treated, faster, and of course, which will also lead to better, service delivery.
So will this address issues of fake insurance policies?
Yeah, to a very large extent, I'm going to say yes. Because of the fact that, number one, regulation has also, provide some level of support for us. So if there's anyone out there that does not have what it takes, to operate insurance business, there are stringent rules within the provisions of the NIA Act 2025, that, should, impede anyone that wants to provide fake insurance.
Right.
Then secondly, with the technology we are putting in place with the EKYC that we talked about, and of course the claims management process, it will help us to checkmate the activities of these people.
That's right.
We can't eradicate them, in totality, but of course it will drive them to maybe minimal existence.
All right, let's see if we can take some reactions that are coming in.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. What's your name?
Yes, my name is Deji.
Deji, how are you doing?
I'm very good.
All right, Deji, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Omole.
All right, Deji, is it raining in your neighborhood?
Yes, it is.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
So this initiative, this lab,
Right.
will it help reduce the high cost of insurance?
Okay, will it reduce high cost of insurance?
Yeah, I mean, that is why most of us are not really doing it, apart from the compulsory one.
Okay. All right. Let's allow Larry to. Thank you so much, Deji. Deji is asking, will this reduce the high cost of insurance?
Okay, thank you very much, Deji, for your question. Let me first say this. Well, the issue of high cost of insurance, I think it's relative. It depends on the angle that you are looking at it.
Okay.
But if I'm talking as a professional and looking at what we have on our table within, the reserves and the policyholders' funds for which the basis of premiums are calculated, also with, the risk, I don't think it is that high.
Okay,
because if you are doing a third party, for instance, where
you have to pay
the limit on the third party property damage is 3 million,
right? And
then when it comes to the issue of death or accident, it's unlimited, and you're paying 15,000. I don't think 15,000.
I don't think it's high as well, too.
Even if you put in the fuel of 15,000 in your car from Omole to down to VI, I'm not sure that might take you down to VI and back to your house.
Okay, all right.
But then,
go ahead.
With technology that is coming on, the more the merrier.
That's true.
If you have more money coming into the pool, because quite a number of people, are pushing in the money, there's insurance. Of course, it's going to drive, the premium down, because it's the case of the demand and supply.
That's very true. Right. So we have more reactions here. This one says, "Good morning, everyone. I am NIA from Mile 12. Please, Mr. Lanry, will the lab help insurance companies respond faster in times of disaster like floods and accidents? Thank you." All right, thank you so much, NIA, for that one. So will that help?
Thank you very much, NIA. I will just say an affirmative yes, because that is the reasons why we are going into this. It will help us to be able to process your claim fast, because we are going to be using AI in doing most of these things, and easily you're able to lodge in your claims, put in the necessary document that you're supposed to do, and then of course the payment goes as it is. And of course, by the time you see all those platforms, because what we are trying to put in place where you are able to also monitor how your transaction is going, you lodge in your claim, there's always a timeline, at what stage payment will be made. Maybe there's going to be some service level agreement that we'll have with our numerous customers. It could be a day, 24 hours, it could be 3 days, it could be 4 days. These are things that we are going to streamline, and we'll try as much as possible to work within that time frame. All right, to ensure that our customers are satisfied.
09153877127 and 08099120777. This one says, "Mr. Victor, how is NIA making sure this isn't just another big idea that sounds nice but doesn't really change things?" Anonymous, all right. You didn't want to put your name, but thank you so much. What's your response to that, Ojola?
Well, thank you very much, for the question too. I don't think NIA has, invested in a project that we have not seen through.
Okay.
And I'm sure you can also attest to that.
Definitely. I know I've been working with you guys for quite a while now.
Yeah, so this is something big that we are putting on the table, and the entire industry is supporting this initiative. And I'm also tell you at this point too, we're grateful to our regulator, the National Insurance Commission. They are also giving us the necessary support. So this is something that I can say as an industry where all the stakeholders have pledged their support and commitment. So definitely it's going to fly. And I can tell you that by the time we are done with the demo that the winner is picked, the solutions that come out that is selected for implementation, we will comment immediately that within the next 3-4 months after the demo day, you begin to see changes.
All right. More reactions coming in. I'll talk about it. Is there any price attached to it? But let me see if I can take this call. Hello there.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Victor.
Hey, good morning.
My name is Andrew.
Andrew, regular on this program. How are you doing, Andrew?
Fine, thank God. And Mr. Landry, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Andrew, and thank you for calling.
Yes, I just listened briefly about the innovation lab.
Yes.
The recipe. Well, let me just put it this way. I know Steve Jobs says innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower.
Right.
Now, if we look at this is my own personal opinion.
Okay.
If we look at insurance, like this morning I was driving, I had to take Airport Road. I was going to Okpedi because of traffic. I look at the traffic, and now coming into the scenario and insurance, this car is a what is it called? Corolla.
Okay.
New model Corolla. I think it's between 2022 and 2025.
Okay.
Badly damaged. A man and a woman were inside. It caused a little traffic jam. If you want to ascend the international airport and the people going towards the the toll gate.
Okay.
And one other car. I don't know how the accident happened. The road safety, they were there. People are just blaring the horn, so as if they want to fly. No. Now, this damage that has happened to this car, 3 million cannot do it.
Okay.
To me, 3 million cannot do it, even if it's third party.
All right.
If somebody says he buys a car for 30 million, for example, a new car, not Tokumbo, and gets involved in such an accident, and he says he wants to do third party, another person third party, 3 million will not do it. These are my thoughts.
Okay, so what's the question now? What's the question quickly?
The question is, if somebody buys a car of that amount and does that, and they pay the person 3 million, the person will now come out, insurance is not paying in Nigeria. No, insurance is paying, because if you buy 3 million, they say pay 5% of 3 million. That's about 6 million, 100,000 naira. I mean 6 million naira thereabout. Now, when you pay that amount, it covers it. They can give you another car, like they do in America,
which is comprehensive.
In Texas, I was aware that this lab something that you are calling the innovation lab now is in place there. They are doing it there.
Okay.
They have KYC of everybody. Now we are doing EKYC. Yes, it's good.
All right.
How do we marry it? Somebody asked a question now that, will it reduce the cost? It cannot reduce it, because it's not the same thing as other goods.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andrew, for adding your voice. More reactions here. This one says, good morning. I run a small business. Will this lab bring new insurance products that are tailored to SMEs? Amaka is sending that one in. This one says, please, sir, how does this lab affect people who already have insurance policies? Shehu Ibrahim, thank you. So there are lots of questions that are coming in, but Ojola, quickly react to what Andrew just said. I mean, for people to be aware of what they need to do at the right time, how do you buy a 2022, 2025 model and you're putting just a 15,000 naira third-party insurance? Will that work?
Well, thank you, Victor, and thank you, Mr. Handru, for your question. And I'm also going to say thank you for stressing one fact, which is critical, that an average Nigerian usually misses from the narratives. Insurance do pay claims, and that's what he said. But what I could see within the scenario that he has painted is the issue of the level of insurance education that we have. And of course, the third party that we talked about is the least motor insurance cover that anyone can have. It now depends on you to see to what extent do you want to cover this risk. If you are not going to do it comprehensive, what it means is that you are only taking out insurance
for the third party.
For the third party, which has to do with your liability to members of the public.
All right, cool. Let's begin to round this off right now, Lanre. So, any prize for the winners of this Innovation Lab?
Of course, there'll be a prize, but I just want to keep it.
Okay, let's keep it under wraps.
Let's keep it under wrap, until the demo day.
All right. So, but you're saying that the deadline is on the 28th, right?
Yeah, that's for the close of application.
So, for those who are interested, what should they do right now?
They should put in the applications and go to our website at www.nigeriainsurance.org/innovation lab.
All right.
And then submit the applications.
Okay then. So Lanre, I'm hoping that probably before the end, or perhaps at the end of this particular submission of or perhaps the deadline, when the pitching will be on, you can come back on the program and talk to us, right?
Of course I will.
Okay then. It's nice having you in the building. Thank you so much for being here.
So, thank you very much, Victor, for having me.
Okay then.
Thank you for listeners and for everyone that has reacted on this program.
All right.
We are grateful.
Okay then. So we've been trying to see how we can revolutionize insurance in Nigeria, the NIA Innovation Recipe. And of course, my guest has been Lanre Ojuola, who is the Director of Operations for the Nigerian Insurers Association. Maximum shout out going out to Mike James. Joke Adeyemi is Head Corporate Affairs for the Nigerian Insurance Association. Soji Oni is Controller Technical for NIA. And I say big shout out to Remi Aluko of our social media unit. Our executive producer is Tayo Akonle. My name is Victor Oteri. Have a splendid day. Bye.